Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to our team call tonight. I'm so excited about this call because we're talking about lessons learned and duplication. But before we start that, we are going to hear a product testimony from Andrea, and I'm so excited to hear your story, Andrea.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great tonight. So I'm going to tell you a bit about my results so far with Plexus. I have been taking the products consistently for about 4 months now, and I'm very, very happy. I actually, when Brittany reached out to me, she was sent to me by God because I had been praying to God for a long time because I was really tired. And so when she reached out to me, the main thing that stood out to me that she said the products would help me with was energy. And that to me was essential because I work a very tedious job. I read documents all day. And most of the time, I just felt like I was sleeping half the time. Like I wasn't reviewing these documents that I was supposed to be looking at very closely. So I was really interested about the products because of that. So I actually had results very quickly. I know everyone varies, bodies are different, but I started feeling this just natural, amazing energy from the start. It was, not that crushing energy that like 3 o'clock, feeling that you're going to die. Like you just feel weird and jittery. Like I just felt very like alive, which is a weird feeling after you felt dead for a long time. So that was the first thing I noticed. From the beginning, I felt this just natural, amazing energy. Then with time, I started noticing that I wasn't getting any migraines. I actually didn't really even tell Brittany all of my issues at the beginning. Like I kind of just told her, okay, for energy, I'm so interested, let's do it. But I never even told her like the other issues that I ended up finding out these products would help me with, like my migraines. I have suffered of migraines for a very long time, probably for 15 years. It's been very debilitating through college, through law school. It was horrible. Sometimes I had to skip class or I couldn't turn on the light because the pain was so terrible. It would get to the point where I would throw up. And it was just really hard to deal with that, when you have a life and you're working and you have to be on the, like going to meetings, and I couldn't do that. Sometimes I just couldn't even leave my room. And ever since I started this product, I have not had one migraine. I have not had one headache even. And it's just amazing because I used to be kind of, chained to this terrible pain. And I would go to the doctor, and they wanted to do that injection that I can't remember the name, but they wanted to do that injection on me. And I refused to get it because I don't like to put anything weird in my body. I'm very against that. So, um, taking these natural, amazing products and having these migraines just go away, it's literally amazing. It's incredible. It's it's just God sent. And another thing, which is pretty amazing, and the most amazing one, is my eczema. Um, I've suffered of eczema since I was a little tiny baby. Actually, my grandparents took me to the best doctors, the best dermatologists, and none of them really knew what kind of eczema I had. It was very terrible. I used to get terrible blisters all over my hands as a little girl, and lotions weren't enough. They used to have to actually give me cortisone shots. And I always say that that's why I'm so short. I'm actually 4'11". So I think the cortisone like stumped my growth. Like I haven't grown since I was like 12 years old. And so my eczema is gone, and I haven't used my prescription lotions. I haven't itched. Itching is the most terrible feeling. Like you feel desperate. Like at night, I would wake up my husband because I would scratch so hard that I would wake him up, and he would be like, "You need to stop scratching, or I'm going to go sleep somewhere else." And I'd be like, "No, don't go anywhere. It's just I can't stop itching. It's impossible." I don't have that anymore. I don't itch. My skin doesn't feel dry, and it used to crack open and bleed, and it's not like that anymore. And that is incredible. I don't have to really go to the dermatologist anymore. I used to have to go back to the dermatologist every 2 months, and that was pretty expensive. So, you know, when people tell me like, oh, but the products are expensive, I'm like, listen, like, all of the money you're going to save by not having to go to the doctors and pay co-pays and pay for for all the prescriptions they're giving you, like, it just makes sense. It's made sense for me. I don't have to spend money like that anymore. So that's pretty incredible. So those are my results so far, and I'm just so excited. It's like, you know, I'm a new person. I've I think one last thing, so I don't forget, which is very important, is my mood. I'm happy for a long time, and I don't know if this was just like clinical depression or what it was, but I was very, very, very sad all the time. And I feel like me again. I'm happy and bubbly. I'm the same person that my husband met, and that's amazing. I don't feel dead inside anymore. So Plexus has truly changed my life, and I've met all of you, which is the most amazing part of everything. I have my Plexus family, and I'm just so excited. And yeah, that's everything so far.
I love that, Andrea. Thank you so much. And yes, we love being the best part about this. I love hearing your story, and
So much.
we're so thrilled for you. I mean, when you hear stories like that, can you not help but think of other people and say to yourself, I've got to tell people about this because what we have is changing lives, which is so exciting. So I wanted to give you a couple, this is kind of like the family chat, okay? I'm definitely an encourager, and I love to be encouraged. I mean, I love encouragement. But today's going to be a little bit tough love. We're going to just talk like a family because that's why we're here, right? And each one of you is on this call not just because you're a product user. You're on this call because you want to grow a business. You have a why, you have a goal, and you want to see it come to pass, right? Well, I dare say most of us know what to do, we're just not doing it. One of my favorite verses that smacks me upside the head every time I read it in the Bible is, be a doer of the word, not just a hearer of the word. Ouch. Because I know enough Bible that I should be like Jesus's twin sister, but I am clearly not, right? And I know a heck of a lot of Plexus things to do, but I'm not a diamond yet. And most of us know what to do. We just got to do it. And when I look back and see where I've come from and where did I stall, where was I successful, what made me get ahead, I realized a bunch of things. And in order to I'm a certified life coach, and yeah, which is hilarious because I need to coach myself. With my clients, in order to have any kind of lasting real change, you need to look at the past, evaluate it honestly in order to make changes to move forward. And I realized I had been self-deceiving myself. I had been spending a lot of time doing all the things I was supposed to be doing, but here's what that would look like. In a 2-hour block, I'd be working at my kitchen. Mistake number one, my desk is in my kitchen. Guess what happens? Mommy, can I have a snack? Kaya's got a poopy diaper. I'm checking Facebook. And then a message comes in. And so I respond to the message. And then I'm back to Facebook. And then I'm being a referee to a fight. And all of a sudden, 2 hours is gone. And you know how many messages I sent out? Maybe 3. Instead of getting away, locking my door, getting the big kids in charge of the little kids so I could be focused on the task at hand, okay? So let's talk about what we know we need to do. And I want you, talk to your upline about this later. Get yourself accountable to your sponsor. Make notes on this call about where you really need to up your game. Because if you don't take an honest evaluation of where you need to move forward, guess what? You're not going to. So I'm saying I'm preaching to myself as much as I'm preaching to you. Okay, one, your time. Like I just said, I was self-deceiving on time. Where do you need to block hours, for example? So time, and then set time limits. Okay, I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes just reaching out to new contacts, or whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you have. Then the next amount of time for follow-up, the next amount of time for three-way calls. Block your time. I heard Jill Renfro and one of her emeralds talk about this, the time blocking. And I thought that was brilliant because you know why? Multitasking is a lie. I was in some kind of seminar. Oh, it was a marriage seminar. And they were talking about the difference between men and females' brains and how, men is one box at a time. They're one box at a time and they can't get out of that box. And the female brain is the super internet highway. We've got 10 things on our brain at any given time. And he said, this is the reason why, generally speaking, and across every field, the man is at the top. Not that the woman's not capable, but the man is at the top, usually because he can focus on that one task at hand. And the woman is focused on too many. So if we as women can learn to focus in our time, one thing at a time, new messages, follow-up, three-way chats, following up with our customers, we would be much more effective. Okay, the next thing I learned, keep digging. You've heard this over and over and over again. If you knew that there was gold in your backyard, you would keep digging for it. I would get like, oh, I feel like I'm doing this all alone. It's never going to happen for me. And I never really verbalized it, but Brittany knew what was going on in my head. And she goes, you know what it means, Michelle? It just means you haven't found them. That's all it means. And guess what? All of a sudden, within a period of about, Amy came on, Amy McAtee, and then like a month and a half later, I got like 4 people that want to do the business all at once. Keep going, keep going, keep going. The next thing I learned, write down your why. If you don't have it written down, that kite isn't going to go anywhere. You're functioning on a wish. Write down your why and share it with your sponsor. Write down your affirmations. Say them out loud over yourselves. Write these things down. This is not self-help guru. It was actually God's idea to begin with. In Habakkuk 2:2, he says, write the vision down so that he who reads it may run. Okay, this is a godly principle. Write your vision down, write your goals down, write your affirmations down. There's power. The power of life and death is in the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Write these things down and speak them out of your mouth because the power of life and death is in the tongue, okay? The next one, be bold. Fill your mind with belief, and we're going to get that way. And then the next thing, and the whole focus of this call, is duplication. You've all heard the old story about what do you want to do? Is it more effective to give a man a fish or teach him to fish? You give a man a fish, you've given him a meal. You teach a man to fish, you've given him a lifestyle and you've provided for him for life. And that's the same thing with us. You can go out and recruit all you want, but until you get your people to duplicate, you're going to be working really hard and running on that gerbil wheel, okay? You've got to have business builders that duplicate. So how do those come to pass? 2 ways. The first way is that they're created. You've heard Brittany say this 1,000 times. Most of her runners, including me, including Christina, said no. We said no. But what did she do? What did Brittany do? She continued to follow up. We say this all the time, and I think I'm going to update this video. Why don't our products work? They don't work if you don't drink enough water, you're not consistent on the products, you give up too soon, and you don't troubleshoot, right? Those are the only 4 reasons why our products don't work. Guess what? Those are the only reasons why you can't build a business builder. I can't figure out why water is important, but it's got to be important somewhere. 2, you give up too early. If you keep going, you will succeed. They will succeed. 3, troubleshoot. That means be accountable. Talk to your sponsor. Let them know what you're discouraged with or get coaching. And 4, consistency. What was it? Consistency, troubleshoot. Oh, and troubleshooting. The consistency and troubleshooting. You've got to keep going and cast vision in front of people. That's how you make runners. Tell them your successes. Tell them the successes of your team. I did that today on my post. I told them about Christina, how she just quit her job. I'm telling people about Brittany. She's a homeschooling mom of 5. She's got 2 more kids than I do, and she drives a Lexus, goes to Hawaii, and gets a 6-figure income. I tell them about other success stories to cast vision in front of them. And these are the people that are already on your products. Follow up with them. Continue to cast that vision. I used the comma comment, Brittany, on somebody. I said, I got a comma on one of my paychecks this month. That was so exciting to say to somebody on one of my paychecks this month. Keep casting that vision because you're planting seeds. You are planting seeds. And the more you plant, you will reap. So keep doing that. Ask your people to post. Ask your people to post. And if it's not for them, ask them to give you a shout out. And let me keep encouraging you to do this, because even if they say no, I mean, you can't make somebody post, but even if they say no, you never know what's going to happen later. Because I had one girl post a month after she started the products. And she didn't even, I found out when I went on my timeline and saw that she had tagged me on it. And you're planting seeds. I know that this woman is going to be one of my runners one day, even though she doesn't know it now, because we keep planting those seeds. Ask your people to post and give them a shout out. Okay, so you make your runners, duplication, and then you find business builders. And how in the world do you do that? You lead with the business. You lead with the business. If you are only leading with the products, what are you going to get? Product users. And guess how long it's going to take you to create them, to mold them into runners? For me, it was about 2 months. For Christina, what was it, like 10 months, Christina? For Amy Ballard, it was 2 years. It's a lot longer. It takes a lot longer. You will get whatever you put out there. Why didn't I get a lot of business builders in my first several months? You know how many times I posted about the business? Twice. Gee, I wonder why I didn't get many business builders. Now I'm doing it at least 3 times a week, and I'm posting people's stories. Now, sometimes I intermingle them, but I'm leading with the business. And why don't we do this? One reason: belief. We lack belief. We're afraid. Now, guess what? Whatever you think about grows, okay? So if what you're thinking about is, I can't do this, I don't want to be that person, I don't want to be pushy, I don't want to be like her, what's going to grow? Your lack of belief, your insecurity. What are you doing to build your belief? Feed on a diet of faith. And it's not just going to come. Girlfriends, you got to do something. If you don't want to be malnourished, what do? You go to the fridge and you make yourself a meal. Make yourself a plexus meal. Watch Diamond Docs. Get in E3 and go through those sections on the products, why they're life-changing, what makes plexus different. We have everything at your fingertips. Honestly, you just have to pick it up and put it in your mouth. And then think about that. Feed your belief. It's all about what you're thinking about, because it works. If you give it time, consistency, you work with your sponsor, just like the products, the business works. Here's the kicker. Most people in this life, Amy McAtee and I were talking about this today, most people in this world, do I dare say this? They don't have the grit to do what it takes. They give up too soon. You are not that person. You are not that person. You have what it takes. Put one foot in front of the other, listen to training videos, and do it. There's nothing special about people that are at the top that they have that you don't. Just keep doing it. Feed your belief. This model works. Okay? So as you feed your belief, you're more confident to lead with the business, okay? You're more confident. Now, I am confident about this business. I know I will be a diamond one day. I know this business model works. I know that we have something that is life-changing for people and they need it, okay? So I'm more confident and able to share these stories even though I'm not there yet. Lead with the business. So we are going to ask one of our experts. This lady rocks my world. I remember months ago when I'd be tired and discouraged and I would think, crud, I didn't do my IPA. Christina wouldn't go to bed before she did her IPA. I got to do my IPA because I want to be like her because she is rocking it. This woman had 4 people go silver last week, okay? I messaged her and I said, what did you do? Because here's another biblical principle. If you want to be wise, you do what wise people do. Don't read about it. Don't just put it in your head. Do it. I'm a little fired up tonight, you guys. Do it. This woman does it. And guess what? She led with the business. So Christina, please tell us your secrets, which are not so secrets, and tell us how you got 4 people to silver last week.
Okay, well, thank you for all of those sweet words. I keep thinking that you're talking about somebody besides me, because I just feel like I do the same thing I've been doing. I just do it over and over and over again. But yes, so my team had a phenomenal week last month, you guys. It was one for the record books for sure. We had several that went silver. Our team had 32 new joins last week alone. 5 of them were mine, personal level ones, which just was a great week. But yes, so I have turned the tune a little bit, and I'm leading a ton with this business. But not only that, I'm being super direct with it. I am finding that people are just as busy as you and I. And so a lot of the times, if we can save them the wonder of, okay, what does she really need? What is she after? What does she want? I can just kind of give it to them right off the bat. It's working. Now, I will tell you, because I'm skipping the whole relationship building for right now. I mean, I'm just trying to see what works, you guys. So because that's where I'm at right now, the number of messages that I'm having to send is super increased. So you need to know that if you're going to try my tactic, then the 3 new people a day or 5 new people a day is not going to work for you. You're going to have to increase the amount of IPA that you're doing, but it's worth it to me to cut to the chase. Okay. So instead of spending a couple of weeks building relationships with people, several of them that went silver last week are on this call. I mean, I went after them for the business. I told them right away what I wanted. I told them right away why they would be good at it. I handled all of their objections because every single one of them told me no. Every single one of them. I could screenshot you our conversations. Kristen, I could screenshot. I mean, I could show you. She said no. Not only did she tell me no, she told me that she thought what we were doing was fake, that people probably didn't make money with it. You know, she asked all of those things. And so I could have backed off. I could have been like, okay, never mind. Just kidding. Have a good day. You know, or I understand what you feel. I don't understand. You cannot understand what somebody says or how they feel about not wanting this if you truly believed in it. Okay, if I thought somebody's house was on fire and I really saw the flames and I really had a working smoke detector and a, what's it called, a extinguisher, and they said, not really interested, I'm going to wait for the fire department, I wouldn't be like, I understand. You know, have a great night. If you need anybody else needs my extinguisher, send it my way. I would not listen to them. I would make them understand what I had to offer. Like, dude, I could save your house. I'm about to save it right now. Watch me save it. And so that's what I did. I did not take no for an answer. I handled their objections in a very loving way. And it worked. Like, I'm as shocked as y'all. It worked. But it didn't work just one time. It worked like again, and then again, and then again. But it is all about them. Like, I found out right away, Tina, what do you need for this to be worthwhile? And like, she told me. And so I'm like, okay, here's how we're going to make that happen. Or Kristen, what do you need? And she said, I need to make money my first week doing this. I said, okay, let's make some money. So it really was just figuring out what they needed and then being as available as possible. I did online events last week. I did 3-way calls last week. I did calls with Brittany last week. I mean, I did anything that I could think to do, I did. When I could fit it in. Y'all, I still teach full time. I still have a lot of kids. Last week was the first week I realized how many 4 is. 4 is a lot. A lot. Michelle, am I talking too much? You want me to stop talking yet?
Yeah.
I'm like you and I. Like you and I are just on. Go after what you want. If what you want is a business builder, go after it. Be that person. If you can present to somebody a way to handle their objection, okay, their objection is time. Show them how that's possible. Girl, I totally get it. Listen, I work full time. I have a bunch of kids. This is what I'm doing. Here's how I've made it work. Does that sound like something that you could do? A lot of clarifying questions I asked. Lots of clarifying questions. And then I never once tuck tail. It's so much easier to tuck tail. Like you get to that point in the conversation, you're like, one more response might be too much. But y'all, I mean this as nicely as possible. What did I have to lose?
Right.
What did I have to lose? I mean, if they blocked me and unfriended me, it was going to be all right. I was going to find somebody who didn't unblock me who, what did I have to lose? Nothing. So I made sure that it was a message that I would be okay receiving. And then I clicked send and was like, well, see what happened. And they got it. I think because I was so excited about it, they got it.
Hey, Christina, can you tell us briefly how did you approach them about the business? Because these were all new prospects for you.
Yeah. So, I always friend people. I friend probably 50 to 100 new people every single month. That's a video for another day. But so I always have new people to reach out to. Kristen, just because I can see her on my screen right now, she had done a video with her mom on Facebook. It was like a Snapchat video thing, whatever it's called, the funny filters. And so I was like, that girl's pretty funny. I need her on my team. I thought she was funny. She has lots of engagements on her Facebook. And I knew that she had some sort of a position of leadership because she was talking in front of people and some stuff. I didn't know anything else about her. But I reached out and said, girl, listen, I don't know if you're interested in what I have to offer or not, but I've checked out your Facebook. You seem like somebody who has a lot of friends. You seem super energetic and positive. I love that. I love your positive vibe. And I'm always looking for girls like you to partner with. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I'm a 4th grade teacher, but I'm out the door because I have built a really successful side business. And I just was curious to know if you'd ever thought about doing the same. And she was like, what is it? Because as a matter of fact, I just broke my foot, and so I'm out of work. I really could use an opportunity, but I don't think people will make money doing what you're doing. So then that just started a conversation, just figuring out some way. If you can get them to respond one time, then you're in the door, right? As long as and listen, if they don't respond, I just keep talking to them. So I just pretend like they're responding. I went at it hard from the business, and I went ahead and handled the whole, you may not be interested in what I have to offer, but if you'll just hear me out, I guarantee you it will pique your interest.
That's great. I love that. And here's the deal. When you are leading with the business, be prepared for no at first, but that's not really no. Your foot's in the door. You keep the conversation going, and they will come at some point. And I'm finding that with Instagram too, because I've got a lot of people in the funnel, and they told me no at first, but I'm still talking to them. They're still asking questions.
It's just like Romy says, ask the clarifying question. When their objection is time, say, well, how much time do you think it would take to build a residual income? Or when she said something about, people don't really make money, I said, it sounds like you have some experience with some of these other companies before. Can I tell you how Plexus is different? Right away, just figuring out how you can meet those needs. And y'all, can I just tell you, this is a side note. When I prospected them with the business, every single one of them have come in, and every single one of them have somebody on their team who wants to work the business, because they immediately turned around and prospected the business. Immediately, they did exactly what I did. Every single one of them. All 3 of them already have joins, and then every single one of them have, two other ones have level 2s already, because they're doing the exact same thing I did.
That's right. And if you're not leading with the business, guess what? They're not going to lead with the business. They will do what you do. You reproduce after its own kind. I do not believe in evolution. That's another story for another day. You reproduce after your own kind. Well, Brittany, it is 10:01. Lessons learned. Don't let this be head knowledge. Walk it out. Get with your upline. Talk. Do an evaluation. Get your runners. Duplicate. Feed your belief, and lead with the business. Anything else, Brittany? Okay, thanks everybody. Hope to see you
Night,
on
y'all.
Thursday night.